What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I don't know if anybody heard, but Trump passed a new law over the weekend. The card game Uno. It's just called one now. It's good, guys. How's everyone doing? Anyone drinking tonight? Anybody smoke? I smoke. I fucking love smoking weed. But like, there comes a point where like you switch from like stoner to stupid, and I think I reached that because of what I did the other day. Like the other day I was hungry and really high, so I went to the supermarket to go get food, and I actually wound up holding the automatic door for the guy that was walking in behind me. I was like getting mad at him. I was like, yo, you can fucking go. I was like, yo, that shit opens itself. I knew that shit. A lot of people tell me that I'm stupid when I'm high, which I can agree with that, you know, because, like, alright, listen, when I'm sober, I'm fine. Like, I know people that are just stupid 24/7. Like, I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day. Do you ever have, like, that conversation with somebody, like, where they finish speaking, and then you're just like, wow, you're a fucking idiot. I had one of those the other day. So I'm talking to my friend, and out of nowhere, he just goes, hey, man, would you suck a dick for $1 million? So I'm like, that's a weird question, but whatever. I answered it as honestly as I possibly could, and I said, yeah, dude, I would. I'm broke. I will suck 1 million dicks for $1 each. But listen, that's not the point. That's not the point. The point was, after, he kept going like this, like he kept like pointing at himself. I'm like, let me suck your dick. He was like, no man, ask me now. So I'm like, alright, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And this is what he says. He goes, nah man, cause after tax it wouldn't even be that much. What? Tax? The fucking government doesn't even have money to fix the roads. What makes you think they're gonna fund a man sucking another man's dick? They're not gonna get involved. They're not gonna get involved. I looked him right before I ended the conversation. I looked him right in the eyes and I said, oh, and by the way, stop sucking hypothetical dicks, all right? Well, I've been living life on the edge recently. For real. I did something risky a couple months ago. I really did. Everybody knows those like child predator in your area ads that pop up like when you're on the computer. Everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? I really do usually X them out, but like this one time I was a little curious and I typed in my address and I totally shouldn't have done that. Because I'm not even kidding around. 2 seconds later, just fucking red dots all over my goddamn neighborhood, and it was fucking weird because there were more red dots than there were houses like on my block. Like, are they putting them in group homes? Like, what's that? So like I had this idea. I was like, you know what? It was a couple days before Halloween, so I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna print this out with all the houses and the red dots, and I'm gonna hand this out instead of candy. Well, that was a good idea. Hey, wait! So that when the kid comes to my house, I hand him the piece of paper, and I'm like, here, the red houses give the best candy. I'm usually not one to brag a lot up until recently because I did something that is worth bragging about, at least. I had my first threesome. Now, it wasn't as hard as everyone makes it seem to be, man. It really not, especially in 2018. I mean, mind you, that my threesome included 2 of those sex robot doll things. That counts. I don't give a fuck. That counts. Yo, listen, they're better than girlfriends. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm not kidding. I'll be in the other room and I'll just be screaming. I'll be like, Vanessa? Her name is Vanessa. Can you warm up for me? And then all I hear is, warming up your vagina. Dude, it's fucking, it's great. No, I'm kidding. what I really wanted to brag about was that I got with my first Japanese girl. See, this was big for me. I know it's not great, but it was big for me because I always held like this expectation for getting with a Japanese woman. Like, for example, when I went down on her, pulled her panties off, pulled it all the way down, and I was fucking like surprised because nothing was blurred out down there. Hey, if Japanese porn taught me anything, Japanese vagina's blurred out. So now I'm like, this is awesome, this is great. I need to impress this girl, but like, what can I do? So I was like trying to think like a way to like last a long time in bed with her, but like I have asthma, so it's fucked up when you're running out of breath having sex when you're 21. Like, no one should have to fucking boom, boom, boom. Hold on. Like, you should, that's fucked up. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna like last a long time, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some like simple math problems in my head, like while I'm having sex with, like keep my mind off of things. So I'm like ready, I'm like, let's pretend this is the girl. I'm like ready to do it. I'm like, yeah, 5 is 10. Totally forgot to do the math in my head, so I was like screaming it at her. And she was like going along with it. She was like, yeah, the square root of 69 is 8 something. And it worked, but the only issue is now, whenever I'm in school doing math, I get a boner every time. I can't help it. Anyway, you guys are great. I'm Nick LaRosa.